Hello everyone, and welcome. I hope you're having a lovely day. And today we're doing something a little bit different, as you can tell by my surroundings. Yes, this video is going to be a tour for a build that I made for a contest that is being organized by Tokimi. He's a YouTuber. If you haven't checked him out, I encourage you to do so. His content is really cozy and nice. Really enjoy it. And he and his team made a mod pack called Homestead, which is, well, what you're seeing around me. It is the mod pack that I'm using for this video that I use for all of this build. And this is my entry for the contest. But I figured, why not make a video on it too, you know? You gotta squeeze content wherever you can. Let's face it. So, besides, I'll be honest, I'm very proud of this. I really enjoyed how it came out. So, um, I do want to show it off to all of you guys. And who knows, maybe encourage you to try out the Homestead mod pack. It's really cozy. It's really fun. I'm loving it. And I am not going to give you a full, rundown on the mod pack and all of it because I think I would rather just link the card, like link in the description the video that Tokimi made about it. I'll have it in the cards as well, so really go check it out. I promise you won't regret it, trust me. There's just been a new update that came out and I haven't installed it yet, but everything's looking so nice. And anyway, without further ado, let's go with the tour. As you can tell, this build is a little bit of a Hobbit Hole inspired thing because I wanted to, I was already in the vibes of wanting to play something cozy, and when I stumbled upon Homestead, it just felt perfect for like to try it out, you know. And the contest started last week, and I figured, why not? You know, why not? I mean, I never built a Hobbit hole. I've always wanted to. And this mod pack really seemed like perfect to, you know, try it out and figure out what could go wrong or not when building this. I really struggled with the structure behind me. You can't believe me. Oh, getting the roof and all the rounded arched things. Oh, that wasn't that easy for me. But anyway, I'm gonna give you guys a quick tour for the in fact, before that, I just wanna give you guys a bit of a view. This little patch of land, it is the rose fields, as you can see on the top of my left corner there under the minimap. Rose fields, this is a specific biome which has all this assortment of roses, really beautiful. And then over here we have another biome, which is the highland fields. Over there, this in specific is the Weeping Witch Forest, and I believe the Blackwood Taiga. So there's a lot of tiny biomes around it, but I think they really work well together to give a whole, even this is a tiny biome, the Sakura Grove. So just to give you guys a glimpse of all the different biomes that you can find in this mod pack, there's a lot more over, like besides this, trust me. It is really thorough. All right, so in this corner here, we have the mini sheep pen, which, I mean, come on, look at them. They are utterly adorable. I love them so much. They're like fluffy cotton balls, and I had to, you know, make a place for them. We can tell that the person that lives here is a farmer that raises sheep, you know. Here we have a little camping area with a picnic basket and some drinks. And here we have the farm with a wheelbarrow, a scarecrow, and even, what is this called again? A water sprinkler. Yeah, a little bit of a pumpkin patch, a melon patch. And over here, a little pond with koi fish. I really like making phones, don't I? I feel like I've been doing one every single video for like a while now. But yeah, over here we also have some flower pots from flowers that aren't from this biome. So, you know, a little bit of gardening. Over here we have a little farm with strawberries, cotton, and I believe that's coffee. Yeah, wild coffee. Just, you know, give it some more greenery. Before I go in, I'm gonna quickly go over with you guys over the palette that I've used. You can see that I figured that, you know, some people might ask, what are these woods and what are those blocks? And you know, some of them are already in my hotbar, but I'm gonna open my inventory and show to you guys. I used a lot of these limestone bricks from the Let's Do Meadow. I also used a lot of the pine planks and pine beams from Let's Do Meadow, the dark oak from Vanilla Minecraft, the apple logs from Vinery, and these ones I only used for the beams behind me here. These ones, see? These ones are all apple logs. I didn't use it much in the interior itself. Then there was also a lot of vines and oak leaves and the Spanish moss, which is this pretty moss that you can see like behind me on the build with the hints of white. I even put some in the trees behind me as well because I just thought it was gorgeous. I really like the color of it. And then we also have I used a lot of brown wool with this specific pattern from Chipped to make the rugs and such. And for the colors, let's say the walls, I used a lot of the curled terracotta variants from Chipped. The green, the purple, and the pink. Okay? And there was a lot of flowers. And these are the pots that I used the most. These two from the meadow, the wooden flower box and the big wooden flower pot. And the hanging pot from Beautify because I love that. That's one of my favorites from all time. And some flowering carpet from Cluttered because at some point when I go into the bathroom, people might wonder what are those little flowers, and well, that's what this is. Okay, for the lanterns I use mostly the oil lantern from Let's Do Meadow and this beautiful swamp lantern from Ribbits. I just wanted to, you know, get you guys covered in this sense. So when you, because I mean, the mod pack has a lot of stuff, and I know it can be very overwhelming if you don't know what you're looking for and how to use. So I just wanted to give you guys a little heads up on what I've used here. Look how beautiful it is, the sunset. I love it. When the sunset hits just right here, this golden glow is chef's kiss. But yeah, as you can see, this is the oil lantern. And that one is the swamp lantern. That is so pretty, honestly. It is so magical looking to me. And as the sun sets, let's get inside, right? So over here we have the hall, which is divided into these 3 sections over here. I did a lot of work on the ceilings of this house because I was trying to keep up with the curved look of Hobbit holes. I'm not sure if I accomplished it, you know, the curved look, but I did think it looks nice. So yeah, and I made some little arches here because I struggled a lot trying to put stairs to make, you know, the rounded look, but it kept feeling too cramped and weird, and I decided, you know what, let's try something different. So over here to our right, immediately we have this little mud room. You know, a place to, you know, switch your boots and get your coat, you know, being working on the farm, and you have to, you know, drop your stuff, and a little bit of a sitting area to help with that. The other side over here, it's kind of like a waiting area, perhaps. You know, you have visits, you need them to wait a little bit. They can just sit here, or just a cozy nook, really. In here we have the living room. You know, I have some couches, some paintings, very simple. Um, I did put a lot of flowers all over the house and greenery because, you know, I wanted to go with the whole cozy farm cottagecore vibes, and you have to have, you know, greenery for it, let's face it. So that was a bit of a spam going on. Over here, this is my, I don't know, number 3 attempt at making an arch, perhaps. Yeah. But before we head into the dining area, I want to show off the pantry because this is, you know, a Hobbit Hole inspired building. And you know how hobbits love eating and how many meals they have a day. So I had to make a very well stocked up pantry. So over here we have some cheeses, we have some bags of food and crates, lots of wine, and you know, maybe they make their own beer and wine as well, and cider, and it does make sense, doesn't it? And cheese. So a lot of the stuff of the let's do mechanics, you know, from the winery, from the meadow, from the brewery, I ended up placing in the pantry over here because it just worked in my opinion. Right. So I made here we don't have a curved ceiling, but you know, I try to keep the palette to those colors, you know, the brown, the greens, and then this nice gray from the limestone bricks. It is slightly different from the regular stone bricks from vanilla Minecraft. And I think it complements better the pine. So over here we have the dining area with some food and display, you know, a pot of coffee, a farmer's breakfast, and lots of flowers. A little bit more of a curved ceiling going on here. And over here we have the kitchen. On one side we have the stoves with the cooking pots, skillets. And over here we have a campfire with cauldrons, brewing stuff, some logs for the fire, bread, a sink that works. I love this, by the way. Let's do bakery. You're amazing. Thank you for making this. I think it's only when you... I think it only works when you put water. Not when you... Like, it doesn't work to remove the water, but... Anyway. Amazing. This is all, pretty varied. You can see some blocks are from Farmer's Delight, some from Let's Do Bakery, from Brewery, from Handcrafted. I kinda went my way, you know, through all of this. And picked what I thought would work best here. I also love this display from Let's Do Furniture, which lets you display an item inside. It's just so cute, so adorable. Very nice. Over here we have the second entrance because, well, we have this entrance over here, right? It is close to the sheep pen and a little outdoor area. And then we have another entrance coming from the farm this way over here, the pond. A smaller little entrance, which is here. In this area, we have a little bit of a storage because I wanted to keep that place over there as the pantry as mainly food. And this is more of a storage area for farm-related stuff, you know? We have a little bit of an entryway, a place to leave your keys, a little boxes, you know, a chest, lots of flowers. And directly in front, we have maybe my favorite room of the house, which is the library. It is very, I mean, I want to say cluttered, very crowded. But I think it works. You know, it gives me the cozy feels. I really love the ceiling, how it turned out. And well, lots and lots of books, some couches, by the fire so you can, take your coffee, a book, curl up on the couch and read because that's be cozy for me. I don't know about you guys. And yeah, and I really like how this turned out. There's a lot of detail all around it for sure. Knowing what to pick and what not. And then continuing through this kind of a hallway, we have the master bedroom, which has its own closet and bathroom. We have another fireplace here with some display items in front of the bed. Another curved ceiling. And in this corner here, we have a closet with more clothes, displaying all the clothes that the mods installed offered. And same thing this way. I went for pink in the bedroom just because I wanted to, I used a lot of green outside and then purple for the library and then pink for the bedroom. And over here, we have this natural spring. Here are the flowers that I spoke of that people might be like, what are those? Well, they are the flowering carpet from Clutter. And I mean, we even have some books and some tea so you can relax. This is actually spring water, so it regens you, which is, I don't know, it just feels very fitting, very perfect for this. Let's face it. To be fair, I didn't pick this just because I wanted it to be cool and cozy, but also because we have spring water from this. This here is spring water. See? So it is my understanding that, since we're close to the mountain, we're building into the mountain, perhaps we ended up finding a little bit of a stream and, turned it into a nice, cozy little bathroom to relax. Again, another peak cozy moment, I suppose. And I think that's it, guys. I think I showed every corner of the house. It is kind of a big build, I suppose. The rooms themselves aren't... I believe this is the bigger room, and it is like a 9x9, if I recall right. The bedroom here, I didn't exactly count everything because, I mean, I was building into the hill, so I had the benefit of not having to worry so much about counting, how the outside would look like. Oh, and we have some cozy rain to, keep us inside curled up. But regardless, I'm gonna go outside because I wanna show you guys the last thing, which will probably be the chimneys. We have some chimneys here poking from the ground. These are chimneys from Clutter, and I really like them because you can toggle the smoke. I love that. I'll be honest. I think this is awesome. But, yeah. And of course, my mini sheep. So I think I'm gonna go enjoy the rain right now. And I mean, I even put like these poofs in front of the sofas, so it's kind of like a leg rest. And a little bit of a Ender Dragon plushie. We can pretend it is the pet because I don't know. I just think it's cool to think that I have a baby Ender Dragon as a pet. Look at this. This is very cozy. At least I am pretty cozy over here. So yeah, guys, this was a quick video. It was really just to give you guys a tour from all of this and how it's all the work that I've done here. I really hope you guys have enjoyed it. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Many blessings, and until next time. Bye.